The roar of the crowd hit me like a freight train as I sprinted down the field, the ball tucked under my arm like a secret I couldn't afford to drop. Sweat stung my eyes, but all I could see was Jordan's face in the huddle earlier. His quick nod, that unspoken promise that said we'd make it through this together, win or lose. Then the whistle blew, and everything shattered. A blindside hit from behind that sent me crumpling to the grass, ribs screaming, the championship ring slipping from my grasp before I even had it. I lay there for what felt like an eternity, the stadium lights blurring into halos above me, the cheers turning to a distant hum like ocean waves crashing far away. My chest heaved, each breath a knife twist, but it wasn't the pain that pinned me down. It was the emptiness. Game day, the biggest of my life, and not a single text from mom or dad. No break a leg, champ, or even a half-hearted good luck. Just silence, thicker than the fog rolling in from the bay. I was Alex Harper, senior quarterback for the Lincoln High Lions, the kid who dragged this team from the gutters of last season's 2-8 record to the state finals. And my own parents couldn't be bothered to show. Coach Ramirez's face swam into view, his mustache twitching with worry as he knelt beside me. "Harper, talk to me, son. You good?" His voice was gravelly, laced with that old-school Chicago accent he'd never shaken, even after 20 years coaching in San Francisco's fog-choked suburbs. I forced a grin, tasting blood on my lip from where my helmet had clipped my mouthguard. "Yeah, coach. Just winded." My ribs were cracked. I knew it, the way they ground against each other with every inhale. But admitting that meant sitting out, and sitting out meant we'd lose. Jordan was already scrambling up from his safety position, his cleats churning divots in the turf as he bolted over. Our eyes locked, and in that split second the world narrowed to just us. His dark curls matted with sweat under his helmet, those hazel eyes fierce and steady. The guy who'd been my rock since freshman year, when we'd bonded over late-night film sessions and stolen glances in the locker room showers. "Alex, man," Jordan started, but I waved him off, pushing up on one elbow. The ref hovered, stopwatch in hand, the clock ticking down to halftime. We were up by 3, but Bayview Hawks were sharks, circling for blood. I couldn't let them smell weakness. "Get back out there," I muttered, nodding toward the line. "Hold the fort. I'll be up." Jordan hesitated, his gloved hand brushing mine. Just a fraction too long, hidden from the crowd but electric to me. Then he was gone, barking orders to the linebackers like the co-captain he was. I staggered to the sideline, trainers swarming me with ice packs and questions I dodged like tackles. The second half blurred into a frenzy of snaps and scrambles. Every play was a gamble, my throws wobbling from the pain, but Jordan was there, hauling in interceptions, stiff-arming runners like they were ragdolls. By the fourth quarter, with 2 minutes left and us clinging to a 21-17 lead, the Hawk star rusher broke free. I saw it coming, the gap in our D-line like a gaping wound. Dropping back, I planted my feet wrong, crack, and launched the ball anyway. It spiraled true, right into Jordan's hands at midfield. He juked left, spun right, and barreled toward the end zone, the roar building like thunder. Touchdown. Sealed it. 28-17. The gun sounded, and the field erupted, streamers raining down, the band blaring Sweet Caroline off-key. Teammates piled on Jordan first, then dragged me into the dog pile, careful not to crush my side. I laughed through the tears stinging my eyes, the pain a distant echo now. We did it. State champs. My ring, the one I dreamed of since Dad first tossed me a football at age 5. Back when he still looked at me like I was his whole world. But as the celebration crested, I scanned the stands. Nothing. No familiar faces in the sea of blue and gold. Mom's perfectly coiffed bob, Dad's khakis and lion's cap. Zilch. My stomach twisted, sharper than any hit. They'd promised. "We'll be there, Alex," Mom had said over breakfast 3 days ago. Her voice clipped as she scrolled her phone for real estate listings. Dad grunted agreement from behind his Wall Street journal, not even looking up. Work, always work, or whatever excuse they trotted out these days. Jordan clapped my helmet, pulling me from the spiral. Hey, Earth to Superstar. You zoning out on me? His smile was crooked, that boyish one that made my knees weak off-field. Up close, I could smell his Axe body wash cutting through the Gatorade sweat. Just wondering where the parental fan club is. I kept it light, but he saw through me like always. His hand squeezed my shoulder, brotherly to anyone watching, but we both knew better. They're missing the show of their lives, idiot. But hey, you've got me. And yeah, I did. Jordan Ellis, the golden boy safety with the killer smile and the heart that beat in sync with mine. We'd crossed that line last summer, after a beach bonfire party where too much tequila led to confessions under the stars. I think about you, man. All the time, he'd whispered, his breath warm against my neck. And just like that, we were us. Stolen kisses in his truck after practice, hands intertwined on drives up the coast to Big Sur, dreaming of college scouts and a life where we didn't have to hide. The trophy presentation was a blur. Mayor in a suit too tight, shaking hands and spouting platitudes about Bay Area pride and teamwork making the dream work. I held the gleaming hunk of silver, its weight grounding me as flashbulbs popped. Reporters swarmed, mics thrust like spears. Alex, what's it feel like to lead the comeback? Any words for your folks back home? I froze on that last one. Yeah, thanks for everything. Hollow words, but the camera loved them. Jordan shot me a sympathetic glance from the podium's edge, mouthing later. Later came in the locker room, steam from the showers mingling with the stench of victory. Liniment, champagne sneaked from the coach's stash, and the faint metallic tang of blood from a few stitches. I peeled off my pads gingerly, wincing as the mirror revealed bruises blooming purple across my torso. Cracked ribs for sure, but worth it. Jordan appeared behind me, towel slung low on his hips, eyes tracing the damage. Jesus, Alex, you need x-rays. Tomorrow. I turned, our reflections overlapping in the fogged glass. He stepped closer, fingers ghosting over my skin. Not pushing boundaries, just checking, caring. In this moment, with the door locked and the team still whooping outside, it felt safe. Real. You were incredible out there, he murmured, voice low. Scared the hell out of me when you went down. Couldn't let you hog all the glory. I leaned in, foreheads touching, breath sinking. Our first kiss had been tentative, all nerves and wonder on that foggy San Francisco morning. Now it was home, soft, urgent, a reminder that amid the chaos, this was mine. A knock shattered it. Harper. Ellis. Press outside. Wrap it up. Coach's bellow. We broke apart, grinning like fools. To be continued, Jordan said, winking as he dressed. The night blurred into afterparties. Bonfires on Baker Beach, keg stands that I skipped for ibuprofen, teammates chanting my name like a war cry. Jordan stuck close, our pinkies hooking under the table, a secret Morse code. By midnight, exhaustion hit, and he drove me home in his beat-up Ford Ranger, windows down, foghorns moaning in the distance. Pulling into my driveway, the house loomed dark, porch light off, no cars but mine. Call me when you're settled? Jordan asked, killing the engine. Always. I lingered, hating the goodbye. Love you. Love you more. His kiss was quick, fierce before I slipped out. Inside, the silence was deafening. Note on the fridge. Late meeting ran over. Congrats on the win. Proud of you. Pizza money on counter. Mom. No dad's scrawl. I ate cold pepperoni straight from the box, scrolling highlights on my phone. There I was, frozen mid-throw, helmet shadowed, looking every bit the hero. Comments flooded in. Future 49er. Harper for Heisman. But scrolling deeper, a knot formed. A photo from the stands. Empty seats marked with reserved, Harper family. Someone had posted it with a sad emoji. Tough break for the QB. My throat tightened. Why? Why show up for every Pee-wee game when I was 10? Scream from the bleachers at JV semis. Then ghost when it mattered most. Sleep came fitful, dreams tangled with gridirons and ghosts of arguments past. Dad's voice, sharp after he found that one magazine under my bed sophomore year. the one with the shirtless surfers. This ain't you, Alex. Grow up. Mom's tears, her pleas for normalcy. I'd buried it deep, locked it away for the sake of the game, the team, Jordan. But tonight, cracks showed. Morning light filtered through my blinds, carrying the salt tang of the bay. Phone buzzed, Jordan. Ribs? Breakfast? Smiling, I typed back, but another alert hit. News app. Lincoln Lions crowned champs. Harper's heroic Seal Bay Area glory. And there, buried in the fluff, a photo. Mom and Dad, beaming at some gala downtown, toasting with champagne flutes. Caption. Local power couple celebrates son's state title amid real estate awards. My blood ran cold. Celebrates? While I lay cracked on the field. Fury boiled over. I grabbed keys, stormed out, straight to Jordan's. He answered in boxers, hair tousled, concern etching his face. Alex? What's? I thrust the phone at him. Look. His jaw clenched as he read. Bastards. We drove in silence to the marina, parking where the seals barked and the waves lapped like accusations. It's not new, I admitted, staring at the horizon. They've been drifting since, since I changed. Since you came out to them? Jordan's hand found mine, warm anchor. I told him everything last fall, after our first real date. A hike in Muir Woods, leaves crunching underfoot as words tumbled free. He hadn't flinched. You're you, Alex, and that's enough. But for them? Apparently not. They said they'd support me. Therapy, prayer circles, whatever it took to fix it. Then radio silence. Work trips. Focus on football, son. Like I could separate the two. Jordan pulled me close, chin on my shoulder. You're not broken. And last night, that was all you. Us. We kissed there, slow and salty from the sea air. The world fading to just this two boys against the tide. But as we broke apart, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hesitating, I answered. Alex? It's Coach. Scouts called, Stanford's interested. Full ride if you play your cards right. Pause. And kid? Your folks just blew up my office. Wanting tickets to the parade. Acting like they were front row. Laughter bubbled up. Bitter. Tell them to save their energy. Hanging up, I turned to Jordan. What now? Now? We suit up. Parades in 2 hours. Show em what real pride looks like. The city buzzed with pre-holiday cheer. Strings of lights already twinkling along Market Street. Though Thanksgiving was weeks away, San Francisco did football like it did everything. With fog and flare, convertibles ferrying us down the Embarcadero, trophy waving high. Crowds 5 deep, signs waving. Harper heartbreaker. Lions roar. Jordan and I rode shotgun in the lead car, wind whipping our Letterman jackets. His knee pressed mine, a steady pulse amid the chaos. Teammates catcalled from the flatbed behind, spraying silly string that caught in my hair like stars. Then, midway through, the chant shifted. Harper! Harper! But scanning the barriers, I spotted them. Mom in pearls, Dad in his old Lions polo, waving like royalty. Cameras swiveled, reporters elbowing for shots. My gut churned. The car slowed for a light, and Dad bellowed, That's my boy! Knew you had it in you. Mom chimed in, voice carrying. We were there in spirit. So proud. Spirit? The lie burned. Jordan's grip tightened on my arm. Ignore him. But the crowd ate it up, applause swelling. A mic thrust forward from the press truck. Mr. Harper, what was your strategy for the big win? Dad, ever the salesman, leaned in. Discipline. Focus. We instilled that from day one. Morning runs, film study. Alex gets it from us. As if the 12-hour days at their brokerage firm left room for anything but checks for cleats. As if the spirit included the therapy bills they'd footed to cure me. Rage flickered, hot and unbidden. The light changed. We lurched forward. But Dad wasn't done, jogging alongside, slapping the hood. Son, parade ends at the pier. Meet us after. Family photo op. I rolled down the window, wind roaring. Family? Where were you when I hit the turf? He faltered, smile slipping. Alex, traffic. Save it. I faced forward, heart hammering. Jordan squeezed my thigh, silent solidarity. The pier loomed, confetti cannons bursting like fireworks. We disembarked to a hero's welcome. Mayor with a key to the city, cheerleaders hoisting us on shoulders. But my eyes tracked back. Mom and Dad weaving through, schmoozing locals, Dad's arm around some councilmen, spinning yarns about raising a champion. By the time they reached me, the high had soured. "Alex, honey," Mom cooed, air-kissing my cheek. "You were magnificent." We watched the stream. Couldn't miss that closing drive. Stream. The word dripped acid. "While you were at the gala?" Dad's brow furrowed. "Business, son. You know how it is. But look at this turnout, half the city's here because of you." "Us." Jordan hovered, jaw set, but I waved him off. This was mine to gut. "Because of me. Not us. You bailed. Again." Mom's eyes welled, crocodile tears. I'd seen him in boardrooms. "We're here now. That's what counts." Smile for the cameras, think of the college apps. College. Stanford. The dream we'd built together, or so I'd thought. "What about me, Mom? The real me?" She blinked, feigning confusion. Dad cleared his throat. "Later, Alex. Not here." But here was everywhere. The team circling, Jordan's gaze boring into Dad's back. A reporter sidled up. "Harper family. Any words on the win?" Dad straightened, slinging an arm around me. "Team effort. From Little League to now, we've poured everything into this kid." Poured. Like I was a portfolio. I shrugged him off, voice steady despite the quake inside. "Actually, shout out to my real family. Coach Ramirez, the guys. And Jordan. Couldn't have done it without him." The crowd awed, assuming bromance. Jordan's flush was subtle, but I caught it. The spark that said, "I see you." Mom's smile strained. "Of course, dear. But we." "No." I stepped back, ribs protesting. "You want credit? Earn it. Show up for all of me or not at all." Silence fell, thick as the fog creeping in. Dad's face reddened. Anger. Embarrassment. "Don't embarrass us, boy." Too late. I turned, Jordan falling in step, the team parting like the Red Sea. We walked away, the pier's horns mocking the tension. "You okay?" he whispered. "Not yet, but getting there." That night, the house felt like a tomb. I packed a duffel, essentials, jersey still damp with sweat. Mom's voice echoed from the kitchen. "David, he's just hormonal." The wind went to his head. Dad's reply muffled. "Or that Ellis kid. Putting ideas in." I slammed the door before the rest. Jordan's truck idled at the curb, headlights cutting the dusk. "My folks are out till dawn." "Crash at mine?" "Thought you'd never ask." His place was a cramped apartment in the Mission, murals splashing color on stucco walls. Posters of Niners legends taped crooked. A fridge stocked with leftovers from his mom's catering gigs. She was a single powerhouse, working doubles but always leaving notes. "Win today, Mijo." No judgment, no conditions. We collapsed on his bed, bodies fitting like puzzle pieces, spoons safe. His heartbeat thrummed against my back, steady as a metronome. "What now, champ?" "Escape plan. Stanford if it pans out. You too? Scouts loved your pics." He chuckled, breath warm on my neck. "Together. Always." But dawn brought reality. Texts from coach, parents in my office, demanding parade footage for their LinkedIn. WTF? Then Mom, we need to talk. Family counseling. For your sake. I deleted it, blocking the number. Jordan stirred, pulling me closer. "Ignore. We've got practice." Practice was light, film review mostly. But the vibe shifted when Dad cornered Coach in the parking lot post-session. I watched from the bleachers, Jordan beside me, as gestures flew. Dad pointing at me, face thunderous. "Think he's spilling about last night?" Jordan asked. "Probably." My phone vibrated, unknown again. Answering, Dad's voice boomed. "Alex, get down here. We're sorting this." "No. Listen, son." "You're not listening." I hung up, chest tight. Betrayal stung fresh. The man who'd taught me to throw spirals now twisting my truth for optics. Jordan's arm draped casual over the seats. Drive. We hit Highway 1, windows down, eucalyptus whipping past. Stops at viewpoints. Sea lions sunning, waves crashing white. At Pigeon Point, we hiked the bluffs, hands linked out of sight. Remember our first time here? He said, spreading a blanket. How could I forget? You packed PB and JS and bad poetry. He laughed, pulling a crumpled notebook. Still got it. Reading aloud, words tumbled. Odes to my eyes, my laugh, raw and unpolished. Tears pricked. This was love unscripted. As sun dipped, my phone lit up, news alert. Harper family feud. Parents claim credit amid sons coming out rumors. Heart stopped. How? A blurry photo from the pier. Us walking away. Jordan's hand on my back. Caption. QB's mystery exit sparks speculation. Panic surged. Jordan. He grabbed it, scanning. Shit. Coach must have talked. Or Dad. Outing me to save face? The thought clawed. We raced back. City lights smearing like accusations. Home was a war zone, reporters on the lawn, Mom pacing the porch. Dad spotted me, storming over. This is how you repay us. Repay? I laughed, hollow. You ignored game day, then crashed the parade for clout. And now, rumors? Did you start them? His eyes darted. I mentioned concerns to a friend, board member, for advice. Advice. The word broke. Betrayal. Full bloom. Mom sobbed. Alex, please. We love you. Just be normal. Normal. The knife twist. Jordan stepped up, chin high. He is normal. He's brave. And he's with me. Gasps from the gawkers. Dad's face purpled. You. This is your fault. No. I said, voice steel. It's mine. For hiding. For thinking you'd change. I grabbed Jordan's hand, public now, world be damned. Flashes popped, but we walked head high to his truck. Engine roared, tires squealed. Behind, shouts faded. Ahead, fog lifted, stars pricking through. The drive to Jordan's blurred into a haze of sodium lights and radio static. Some classic rock station crooning Springsteen about Born to Run dreams, fitting like a too-tight jersey. My hand stayed locked in his, knuckles white, as if letting go meant unraveling completely. The missions to carry us glowed welcoming, murals of Aztec warriors and rainbow fists watching our passage. You sure about this? Jordan asked, voice soft over the engine hum. Coming out like that? To them, to everyone. I swallowed, throat raw. Had to. Couldn't breathe in that house anymore. Truth was, the air had been thinning for years. Ever since the day Dad found that magazine, his disappointment a wall slamming down. Mom's whispers about phases and good Christian boys at church. I'd played the part. Straight-A student, star QB, dates with cheerleaders that ended in awkward goodnights. But Jordan, he was the plot twist, the color in the grayscale. His apartment building loomed, fire escapes dripping ivy like veins. Up the stairs, key scraping lock, and we tumbled inside, door clicking shut on the world. The space was chaos comfort. Laundry basket overflowing, posters curling at edges, a half-eaten burrito on the coffee table from his mom's last drop-off. She was at work again, pulling shifts at the hospital, but her presence lingered in the Virgin Mary candle flickering on the mantel, prayer cards tucked in frames. Jordan flicked on the lamp, amber light pooling soft. Shower? You reek of drama. I snorted, peeling off my jacket. Join me? His grin turned wicked, but gentle, no rush, no heat beyond the comfort of skin on skin. The bathroom was tiny, steam fogging the mirror as hot water cascaded. We soaped up back-to-back at first, laughter bubbling over shared shampoo. His apple-scented, mine mint from the team kit, then arms wrapped around, chins on shoulders, rinsing away the salt of tears I hadn't realized I'd shed. Dried and borrowed sweats later, we curled on the couch, Netflix droning some dumb rom-com neither watched. My phone, silenced but insistent, piled notifications. Texts from teammates. Dude, you okay? Saw the feed. Coach office, 8 a.m. We talk strategy, even a scout heard the buzz. Focus on the field, kid. But the kicker, a voicemail from Dad, voice strained. Alex, this is insane. Call home. We fix it. For your future. Future. As if it wasn't mine to claim. I deleted it, leaning into Jordan's side. His fingers traced lazy circles on my arm. Grounding. What if Stanford pulls the offer? Distraction or whatever. He tilted my chin, eyes fierce. Then UCLA. Or community college. Hell, community theater if you want. Point is, we pivot. Together. The word anchored. A lifeline in the storm. That night, sleep came tangled. His legs over mine. Breaths sinking in the dark. Dreams flickered. Championship confetti mixing with closet doors creaking open. Dad's face morphing from pride to ash. Morning cracked with roosters from the alley market. Coffee brewing strong. Jordan's mom, Rosa, shuffled in early. Scrubs rumpled. Hair in a net. She froze at the sight of us, then smiled wide and knowing. Mijo. And Alex. Breakfast. Tortillas warmed. Eggs scrambled with chorizo. She didn't pry, just slid plates over, her touch on my shoulder saying mi casa. Heard about the game. Me quarterback. Pride in her eyes, no strings. Gracias, señora Ellis. I managed a bite, stomach nodded. She waved it off. Rosa. And save thanks for the field. Now eat, boys need fuel. Jordan beamed. Foot nudging mine under the table. Normalcy, fragile but real. Drop-off at school was quiet. Lincoln High's lot buzzing with early buses. Kids in hoodies gossiping. Whispers trailed us down the hall. Did you see? Harper's gay. With Ellis? Lockers slammed like judgments. But our crew, linebackers Jamal and Theo, high-fived without missing beat. 'Bout time, brothers own it. Classes dragged. Calc, where Mrs. Patel droned derivatives but my mind spun worst-case spirals. English, dissecting Gatsby's green light like it was my beacon. Lunch was sanctuary. Courtyard picnic with Jordan, PB and JS echoing our firsts. Parade vids are viral, he said, scrolling. You two walking off? Iconic. Dread pooled. Or career suicide. Nah. Authentic. His kiss was quick, under the oak's shade. First public one, heart racing. Afternoon practice loomed. The field scarred from last night's glory. Coach pulled me aside pre-whistle. Clipboard clutched like a shield. Harper. About last night. Sorry if. He held up a hand. Proud. Takes guts. Your dad's been blowing up lines. But I told him. Kid's 18. His call. Pause, eyes twinkling. Now scouts watching. Showing harchi. We ran drills till dusk. My throws crisp despite the ache. Jordan snagging everyone. Our rhythm unbreakable. Post-whistle huddle, he slung an arm around me. Casual to all but us. Dinner at mine? Deal. But fate twisted en route. Truck sputtering to halt on Divisadero. Radiator hissing steam. Great! Jordan groaned, popping hood. Tow truck ETA hour. We slumped on curb, city symphony around. Cable cars clanging, vendors hawking tamales. Then headlights swept, Dad's Audi gleaming. He pulled up, window down, face a mask. Get in. Now. I stayed put. I'm good. Alex. Mom from passenger, eyes red-rimmed. Please. Home. Jordan tensed beside me. Dad's gaze flicked to him, disdain sharp. This your ride? Fitting. Back off, Jordan snapped. Dad ignored, zeroing me. Son, the press is circling. Rumors flying could tank everything. Stanford called my office. Family stability, they said. Leverage. Cold calculus. So that's it? Use me, then discard. Mom leaned out. We love you, honey. But think your future. Our reputation. Reputation. The word cracked something final. My future's not your billboard. And love? Real love doesn't bargain. Dad's engine revved. Ungrateful. After all we've done. I stood, Jordan rising too. Raised a son you don't know. Ignored his wins, his pain. Betrayed his trust for sound bites. Silence stretched, broken by distant foghorn. Mom's sob, genuine this time? Dad's jaw worked. You'll regret this. Doubt it. I turned back to Jordan. They peeled away, taillights fading like a bad dream. Tow came. We laughed it off over greasy diner fries, plotting escapes. Road trip to Yosemite come spring. Scouts be damned. Night at Jordan's deepened intimacy. Talks till 2 a.m., dreams shared like secrets. His poetry notebook opened. Verses for us now. Twin flames on the 50-yard line. But Sunday dawned ugly. Newsstand headlines screamed. Gridiron glory or family folly. Harper airs homosexual heartbreak. Dad's interview. Leaked. Proud parents blindsided by son's choices. Praying for guidance. Blindsided? I confessed 2 years ago, tears and all. Therapy sessions where they nodded but never heard. The betrayal festered, claiming credit for the win while painting me villain. Rosa found us at breakfast, paper folded neat. Me, Joe, don't read it. Too late. I shoved it away, appetite gone. She cupped my face, maternal fierce. Words are wind. You? Hurricane. Jordan drove me to the pier that afternoon. Our spot, waves gnashing rocks. We skipped stones, skips sinking with heartbeats. What if they sue for custody or some bullshit? I muttered. He snorted. 18. Emancipated by default. But if we fight, again. Sunset painted us gold. First real makeout under open sky, no hiding, just us. Lips tentative, then sure. Hands in hair, breaths mingling salt and promise. Not fire, but ember warmth to thaw the chill. Monday school was gauntlet. Stairs and halls, graffiti on my locker. Fairy QB, but allies rose, GSA club with hugs. Theo punching a heckler. Coach benched the worst offender, laps till puke. Post-practice, an envelope in my locker. Stanford letterhead. Heart seized. Revoked? No, impressed by resilience. Official visit invited. Bring your story. Relief flooded. Jordan hooped, lifting me spin. Told you. But home, former home, loomed. Keys jangled. I had to retrieve gear. Mom answered, haggard in robe. Alex, come in. Kitchen smelled of stale coffee. Dad absent. He's at the office. Damage control. I nodded, grabbing duffel from room, jerseys, cleats, that old little league trophy. Pausing at door, she clutched my arm. We were wrong. Scared. But the win. It reminded us. You're our boy. Am I? Voice cracked. The gay one? Or the champ? Both. Tears tracked. Help us fix it? Hesitation. Forgiveness a muscle atrophied. Time, Mom. Start with truth. She nodded, hug lingering. Outside, Jordan waited. Progress. Maybe. Week blurred. Interviews dodged. Team bonds tightening. Jamal outing his by curiosity over pizza. Theo's cousin mailing pride flags. Jordan and I navigated new normal. Handholds in quad. Dates at indie flicks in the Castro. Buttery popcorn and stolen glances. Climax brewed midweek. Dad's email meeting. Neutral ground. Coffee Republic. Noon. Bring Ellis if must. Trap? Olive branch? Jordan shrugged. Go. I'll back up. The cafe buzzed hip. Laptops whirring. Baristas tattooed. Dad sat stiff, suit crisp. Mom fidgeting with napkin. Son. Dad. Awkward sips. He cleared throat. The article. Regrettable. PR guy pushed. PR. I leaned in. For what? Your image. Mom interjected. For us. Healing. Healing. Word hung. Dad sighed, first crack. Truth? Feared losing you. To this. Life. But the game, watching that stream you down then up, terrified me. What if? You'd lost your investment? Bitter. No. I's met, raw. Lost my son. Silence. Mom's hand covered mine. We ignored too much. Game day, stuck in traffic, but that's excuse. We chose distance. After you told us. Panicked. Panic. The root. I needed you. Not fixes. Dad nodded. Seeing you walk with him, proud, despite, realized that's strength. Ours lacked. Apology. Failed. But eyes held remorse, not calculation. Jordan texted outside. Your call. I stood. Prove it. Show up for real. No cameras. Deal. Mom's smile tentative. Outside, Jordan leaned on truck. Verdict. Thaw. I kissed him, quick public affirm. Dinner. His grin lit the fog. But betrayal's shadow lingered. Thursday practice. Anonymous tip to press. Harper Parents Fund Anti-LGBT Group. Article dropped. Donations traced to conversion camps. Fury reignited. I confronted at home, keys still mine. Dad alone, papers strewn. Explain. He deflated. Before. Thought it helped. Mistake. Mistake. Voice rose. You funded my pain? Mom entered, horrified. David. Shut up, Ellen. He slammed fist. Wanted normal son. Golden boy. Air sucked out. Betrayal, naked. I backed away. Golden? Me. Always was. Door slammed. Jordan's truck idled 6 cents. Go. Gone. We drove till stars wheeled, ending at Baker Beach bonfire, team tradition but just us. Flames danced, marshmallows charring. They're broken, I whispered. Trying, but Jordan poked fire. Forgive when ready. Or not. Your power. Power. New word. We made love to wave crash, tender, exploratory, bodies mapping trust. No rush, just union, sweat and whispers, climax and gasps of I love you. Dawn brought clarity. Stanford visit loomed, us touring campus, hands brushing in quad. Scouts nodded approval. Resilience, one said. That's QB material. Back home, no. Bay Area. Rosa hosted feast. Tamales, toasts. Mom texted proud. Always. No reply yet. Championship ring arrived. Engraved. Harper 25. I slipped it on, Jordan's matching beside. Ours. Climax crested parade week later, citywide. Floats and floats. Parents showed. No schmooze, just stands. Clapping quiet. Post-march. Awkward hug. Credit's yours, Dad murmured. All. Human spark. Thanks. Jordan squeezed hand. Future unfurled, college. Cleats, us. Amid betrayal scars. Love healed. Human, messy, American as apple pie and gridiron glory. The week's post-confrontation settled into a rhythm that felt both foreign and achingly right. Like finding your stride after a false start on the line. Jordan's apartment became our unofficial headquarters. A sanctuary cluttered with takeout containers and dog-eared playbooks. I'd sneak over after study sessions that were half calculus, half curled-up confessions on his lumpy futon. Rosa never batted an eye. If anything, she stocked the fridge with extra yogurt and left pride stickers on the bathroom mirror. Subtle nods to the rainbow revolution brewing under her roof. Boys, she'd say with a wink, heading out for her shift. Lock up and eat the leftovers. Don't let my arroz con pollo go to waste. School was a mixed bag. The graffiti incidents tapered off after Principal Nguyen called an assembly. Zero tolerance on hate, with Theo and Jamal flanking me on stage like bodyguards, sharing stories of their own queer family ties. Whispers turned to wary respect, and by Friday, the GSA club booth at lunch was swarmed. Rainbow pins selling out. Jordan manned it with me, his easy charm drawing in the shy freshmen, while I fielded questions from curious jocks. So, does this change the team? My answer simple, nah, we're still undefeated in heart. But home, that word stuck like a bad snap, remained a minefield. Mom's texts evolved from pleading to tentative check-ins. Saw your throw in that clip. Still got the arm. Dad's were rarer. Clipped. Scout report looks solid. No mentions of the donation scandal, no full mea culpas. I'd reply polite, keeping distance, but each ping chipped at the wall I'd built. Forgiveness wasn't a switch. It was reps in the weight room, slow burn to strength. The Stanford visit weekend arrived like a thunderclap. Clear skies over Palo Alto, palm trees swaying like they knew they were in a brochure. Jordan and I piled into Coach's SUV at dawn, the bay's fog yielding to rolling hills dotted with vineyards. Nervous, Coach asked from the driver's seat, eyes on the rear view. I fiddled with my tie, borrowed from Dad's closet. Ironic choice. Kinda. What if they grill me on everything? He chuckled, mustache dancing. They will. But kid, that's the point. Football's 90% physical, 10% mental. Life? Flip it.
Showing de 90% you.
Jordan squeezed my knee, hidden by the console. His own invite was casual walk-on tryout, but scouts buzzed about his speed, that sixth sense coverage. We toured the quad first, Gothic arches looming like old guardians, students biking past with that effortless California cool. The admissions guy, a lanky alum named Mike, pumped us on academics. GPA's strong, Alex. And the championship? Legendary. But tell me, why Stanford? I hesitated, Jordan's nod urging. The game's part of it. But really? Community. Building something bigger than stats. Like my team back home, diverse, fierce. Found my voice there. My people. Mike's eyes lit. Voice. Love that. Authenticity sells here. Lunch in the dining hall was surreal. Trays of poke bowls and acai smoothies. Undergrads debating quantum ethics over kombucha. A current QB stopped by our table. All-American grin. Heard about the parade drama. Ballsy move, man. Respect. Ballsy. The word warmed. Afternoon was field time. Turf pristine, goalposts gleaming. I warmed up loose. Ribs a faint echo now, healed enough for light throws. Jordan ran routes, cutting sharp. Ball nestling perfect in his hands. Scouts scribbled, heads conferring. Post-scrimmage, the head coach pulled me aside. Harper, you've got arm talent. But heart? That's rare. The personal stuff doesn't scare us. Inspires. Inspires. I floated back to the car, Jordan's high-five turning to a quick hug behind the equipment shed. We slayed. Coach grinned. Drinks on me, non-alcoholic. In-and-out run. Animal-style fries under drive-through lights, windows fogged with laughter. That night, crashing at a team host's guest house, Jordan and I shared a twin bed. Elbows poking, whispers late. This could be us, he murmured, tracing constellations on the ceiling. Dorms? Games. Forever. Forever sounds good. Our kiss was sleepy, sweet, dreams weaving Stanford scarlet into our tapestry. Return to San Fran hit Monday blues hard. Practice ramped for holiday tournament. Non-binding, but scouts lingered. Dad showed at one, cap low, clapping from the bleachers. No approach, just presence. Progress? Mom baked cookies. Oatmeal raisin, my fave. Left on the porch with a note. For my champ. Love, Mom. I shared half with Jordan. Crumbs on his shirt leading to tickle fights that dissolved into more. But undercurrents swirled. A teammate's dad, big donor, cornered coach. That lifestyle, team morale? Coach's reply, overheard. Morale's sky high. Worry about your blocks. Still doubt nod. Would the betrayals echo in locker room trust? Thanksgiving loomed, a family fracture fault line. Rosa invited. My table's big. Bring the turkey if you want, but we're doing pozole. Jordan's eyes pleaded, say yes. I did. But Mom called. Dinner? Just us three. Try. Hesitate. Okay. But Jordan too. Pause. If he wants. He did. The Ellis household transformed. Table groaning under tamales, menudos, Rosa's famous flan. Cousins piled in. Tays gossiping in Spanglish. Uncles grilling Jordan on that pick-six magic. Laughter flowed like the sangria, virgin for us. Stories of Rosa's migration from Oaxaca, Jordan's toddler tantrums. Felt like family earned. Mid-feast, doorbell. Mom and Dad, pie in hand. Apple lattice perfect. Rosa ushered in, no questions. Awkward hellos. Dad nodding at Jordan. Good game last week. Gruff but olive. Dinner stretched, conversations tentative bridges. Mom asked Jordan about college dreams. He shared UCLA hopes, back up to Stanford. Dad chimed on finances. Scholarships help, but plans smart. Neutral ground. Post-pie, cleanup. I washed, Dad dried, first alone in months. The donations. he started, voice low. Stopped them. Oh, wrong path. I nodded, suds swirling. Why? Scared of losing the son I knew. But you're more. The wind showed me your grit, it's yours. Not mine to shape. Water ran hot. Took time. Too much. Hand on shoulder, brief. Proud. For real. Bridge creaked but held. Black Friday brought retail madness, but we dodged. Hike in Golden Gate Park. Leaves crunching rust. Jordan packed sandwiches, me the blanket. Midway, under eucalyptus shade, he dropped to knee. Not ring, but a keychain. Tiny football, engraved Team Us. For your pack. So you always carry me. Tears pricked. Cheesy. Your favorite. Laughter. Then love. Kisses deepening. World fading to bird calls and his sigh. Tournament opener crushed. Me throwing for 300 Jordan 2 picks. Post-game, parents in stands cheering, no caveats. Parade redux, but softer. Family photo, genuine smiles. Press asked. Dad deferred. Alex's day. Shift. Human. December chill bit, holidays twinkling. School play, Jordan in Rent. Me front row, catcalling whistles. His solo, voice cracking on Seasons of Love. Gut punched. Measured in heartbeats, ours sinking. Christmas Eve, blended. Ellis feast first. Then mine. Mom's tree glittered, stockings plump. Dad gifted leather playbook, initialed AH, for the next chapter. Jordan's custom jersey, his number on back. So you're always covered. Tears, hugs. No perfection, but mending. New Year's, we cliffside. Fireworks bursting over bay. His arms around me. Resolutions. More us. Less hiding. Done. Countdown kiss. Bells tolling. Spring training beckoned. Scouts circling. Betrayal scarred, but scabbed. Lessons in grace. Parents evolved, therapy group, ally pins at work. Not saints, but striving. Championship echo lingered. Ring glinting. Credit? Shared but mine core. Love with Jordan bloomed, dates in saunas? No strolls, talks, touches tender. Human arc. Flawed. Fierce. American dream. Queered. Gridiron to heart. Win eternal. January thawed the frost, but not without its slippery patches. The holiday glow faded into the grind of semester finals and off-season conditioning. Hill sprints up twin peaks that left lungs burning and legs jelly. Coach barking, pain's temporary, glory's forever. Like a mantra. Jordan thrived on it, his runner's build turning sculpted, while I nursed the mental reps. Visualizing not just plays, but peace with the past. Mom started joining morning jogs. Her pace slow but steady. Conversations skirting deep waters. Your father's reading that book. This book is gay? For understanding. Progress pixel by pixel. Dad's thaw was rockier. A firm-wide email leak. His signature on a diversity pledge. Hit the local paper, spin as redemption arc. I confronted over coffee. Steam rising like unspoken grudges. PR move. He stirred sugar, deliberate. Partly. But reading the fine print? Opener. Those camps. Hurt people like you. Like me. Echoed soft. Hurt me. Eyes down. Knew that. Too late to unknow. Not absolution, but admission. I nodded, sip burning. Keep reading. School's microclimate shifted too. GSA ballooned. Weekly meetings in the auditorium with guest speakers. Trans activists from SF Pride. By elders sharing 80s grit. Jordan and I co-led a panel. Love in the locker room. Nerves jangled pre-talk. His hand in mine backstage. We've got this. Spotlight hit. Questions flew. How'd the team react? Me. Like pros. Focus on the win. Parents? Jordan. Tough, but growing. Laughter. Applause. A freshman. Eyes wide. You're brave. Brave. The word stuck. Fuel for the fire. Off-field. Us deepened roots. Weekend escapes to Stinson Beach. Sandcastle forts crumbling with tides. Bonfires where we'd roast marshmallows and memories. One night, stars carpet thick, he confessed. Scared sometimes. What if college splits us? Different teams. I traced his jaw, stubble rough. Then we bridge. Calls, visits, summers here. Kiss sealed it. Slow burn under moon. Bodies aligning. Whispers weaving vows unspoken. Stanford follow-up came mid-month. Official offers, full rides both. Ceremony in coach's office, parents flanking. Mom dabbing eyes, dad clapping shoulder. Knew it, he said, voice thick. No, I just nod to the village. But betrayal's ghost stirred. Anonymous email to team group. Harper's dad funds hate. Boycott. Old news but venom fresh. Locker room tensed, eyes on me. Jamal broke ice. My pops donated to worse. Doesn't define. Huddle hug, fists stacked. United. Response. Press conference impromptu. Dad stepped up, mic shaking slight. Past mistakes mine. Alex's present. Pride of my life. Support full. Flashbulbs, questions. Mom added, learning love daily. Viral clip, comments flood. Redemption real? Queer kid wins. I watched with Jordan, popcorn crunching. They mean it. Think so. His head on shoulder. And if not, we fly. February's chill brought Valentine's, our first public. Dinner at a Castro bistro, candle flicker on tapas. He gifted mixtape. Tracks from our playlist. From Thunder Road to Troye Sivan's Ache. Mine. Custom cleats. Rainbow laces woven. For striding out. Walk home, hands swung free. Catcalls mixed cheers. City pulse queer and kind. Home, his now officially. I'd petitioned emancipation, quiet court nod. Led to lazy morning. Sheets tangled, coffee brewing slow. Spring training intensified. Turf greening. Scrimmages versus juniors, my arm laser. Deep posts to Jordan, chemistry telepathic. Scouts marveled. You two? Symbiotic. Off-field, 2 study dates in library nooks. Feet hooked under tables. Mom's birthday lunch. Neutral Italian spot. Dad awkward with small talk. But asked Jordan. Defensive schemes? Niners run zone heavy. Door cracked. Dessert. Mom's gift to me, journal. Leather-bound. For your stories. The real ones. Flipped pages. Blank promise. Thanks. Xander's. Teammates. Proposal went viral. Flash mob in quad. By flag wave. Inspired, Jordan planned ours. Post-practice, goalpost decorated balloons sign. QB to safety. Block for me forever? On knee, corsage out. Yes, duh, kiss amid whoops, confetti pop. Prom night shimmered. Me in slim tux, him velvet jacket. Limo with crew, Jamal DJing from phone. Dance floor electric. Slow sway to thinking out loud. His breath on neck. Love this. Us. After party bonfire, stars witness. But dawn brought shadow, dad's call. Article in Cron, your prom pick. Good press, but careful. Careful. Old reflex. Dad. Wait. Meant supportive. Proud you own it. Pause. Pick you up Sunday? Brunch. Shift tectonic. Yeah. Brunch at Original Joe's. Pancakes stacked. Mimosas for them. Talk turned dreams. My journalism minor. Jordan's coaching cert. Dad shared. Pushed business on you. Wrong fit. Chase passion. Mom nodded. Like we should've. Walls thinned. May bloomed finals frenzy. Exams crushed, GPA gold. Graduation loomed. Caps tassel ready. Team banquet. Awards ceremony. Me MVP, Jordan DPOY. Speeches heartfelt. Coach on resilience. Me on found family. Blood don't make kin. Love does. Eyes on parents, Jordan. Applause thunder. Post. Rooftop party, city skyline sparkle. Jordan pulled me aside. Overlooking bay. Summer plan, road trip. Route 66. Queer history stops. Stonewall to hear. Deal. Stars wheeled, his kiss fireworks. A climax brewed. Pre-grad. Leak. Dad's old emails. Camp endorsements. Anonymous again, rival dad? Fury media storm. Reporter's doorstep. Questions sharp. Hypocrite? Dad called presser. Solo. Words from fear. Actions now. Ally. Donate to Trevor Project. Double. Tears, raw. Hurt my son. Vowed change. Failing daily, but trying. I watched live Jordan's hand clasp. Believe. Actions. But heart softened, human frailty. Grace's test. Grad day dawned, fogburn bright. Stadium packed. Gowns see. Diplomas called Ellis, Harper. Hugs. Flashes. Valedictorian nod to us. Love wins fields and hearts. Post-ceremony. Family mash. Rose's picnic, parents joining. Awkward charades. Laughter genuine. Dad pulled me. Ring from game? Keep shining. Will. Summer ignited, road trip kicked off, his truck packed. Stonewall plaques. Red plaques. Kissed under pride's flags. Detours. Grand Canyon sunsets. Route 66 diners with pie and pinball. Back August. Stanford move-in. Dorms assigned. Separate but adjacent. Unpack frenzy, parents helping, dad hauling boxes, mom bed-making. Goodbyes tear-tinged. Call weekly. Promise. First week whirlwind, syllabi stacks. Team tryouts. Me QB2, Jordan starter safety. Nights, snuck walks, campus quiet. Miss home? He asked. Some. But this? Us here? Perfect. Betrayals, faded scars. Lessons in forgiveness. Boundaries. Parents visited monthly, tailgates proud. Human ending. Not fairy tale, but earned. Love's labor. Championship won off field. College life hit like a freshman orientation overload. Syllabus shocks in lecture halls that dwarfed Lincoln's gym. Dining hall lines snaking like pregame rushes. And the constant hum of ambition that made San Francisco's fog feel quaint. Stanford's campus was a bubble of privilege and pressure. Quads manicured to perfection. Undergrads hustling between hackathons and hookups. The dish-distant echo of dishwashers in the dish room. Jordan and I carved our nook. Adjacent dorms in Wilbur Hall meant late-night crawls through fire escapes. Whispered debriefs on beanbag chairs about philosophy 101 debates or the ethics of ghosting a grinder match neither pursued. Football camp was the real crucible. August heat baked the practice fields. Pads clacking like armor as vets hazed rookies with welcome laps that circled the track thrice. I earned stripes quick. Arms still cannon, reads instinctive. But the QB room was Shark Tank. Starter a redshirt junior with NFL bloodlines. Me scrapping for reps. Coach whispered post-drill, patience, Harper. Your story's your edge. Story. The coming out saga, now campus legend via viral clips, drew curious glances in the weight room. But no shade. Cardinal pride leaned inclusive, pride flags fluttering from dorm windows like afterthoughts. Jordan fared better, slotting starter day 3, his wheels too quick, instincts too sharp. We'd collide in film sessions, his safety breakdowns syncing with my protections, off-field chemistry bleeding on. One evening, post-scrimmage steam, he cornered me in the training room. Saw you hesitate on that blitz. Overthinking, Dad. I rubbed tape from my wrist, wincing. Nah, off-field, we bloomed. First campus date. Arboretum picnic, string lights twinkling as dusk fell. Prosciutto-wrapped figs from the co-op. He read poetry, new notebook, verses on cardinal flights and quarterback nights. Voice cracking on the romantic bits, earning my eye-roll affection. Sap? I teased, pulling him close. Kisses evolved, campus benches, library stacks. Public ease a thrill. No scanning for dads or whispers. Fall semester deepened dives. My J-School intro sparking essays on sports media bias. Jordan's psych class unpacking identity knots. Group project paired us accidental. Debating queer representation in athletics. Presenting to a room that leaned in, questions probing but kind. Post-talk. Prof pulled us. Compelling. Real. Publish. Spark ignited. Op-ed pitch to Stanford Daily. Our voices co-byline. Homecoming loomed. Pull back to bay. Flight landed, fog welcome. Rose's hug, bone crush. Ms. Chico's. Pozole waits. Team reunion at Lincoln. Alums grilling burgers. Kids in mini jerseys begging autographs. Jamal. Now community college stud. Slapped backs. Y'all fancy now? Theo enlisted, shared boot camp tales by pride patch on sleeve. Parents tailgate tent surprised, set up pro, cooler stocked. Dad manned grill, apron smudged. Flank steak medium rare. Your call. Mom fussed plates, ally pin gleaming. Chat flowed. My throws, Jordan's INTs, their brokerage pivot to queer-inclusive consulting. Client asked, how'd you raise him? Dad chuckled. Didn't. He raised us. Tears pricked. Game blowout, Cardinals crushed. Us cheering from stands. Post, bonfire with old crew, stories looping like highlights. Jordan's arm around me, fire glow warm. This, never leave. November rains lashed, but romance sheltered. Cabin fever date. Indie bookstore crawl in Palo Alto. Dog-eared call me by your name tucked under arm. Cafe nook, latte steaming. He confessed. Dreamed last night. Us coaching, gray hair, rings. Rings. Heart flip. Yeah. Yeah. Fingers laced. Future tangible. Thanksgiving redux. Joint feast. Ellis Harper hybrid. Rose's turkey alongside mom stuffing. TIA's quizzing dad on salsa tolerance. Laughter loud. Toasts clinking. To family, remade. December finals frenzy. All-nighters fueled by vending ramen. Jordan's flashcards my lifeline. Grades posted gold. Holiday break beckoned. Road trip sequel. Big Sur Drive. Cliffs hugging Pacific roar. Stops at viewpoints. Hikes to coves where seals barked approval. One night, B&B tub soak. Bubbles and banter. His head on my chest. Grateful. For you. Mutual. New Year cliffside encore. Resolutions refined. Advocate louder. Love deeper. Fireworks burst. Kiss eternal. Spring semester surged. Bowl eligibility chase. My snaps increasing as starter nursed hammy. Climax game. Versus Cal. Rivalry roar. Fourth quarter. Down 4. 2-minute drill. Huddle. Eyes lock with Jordan. Us. I call. Snap, drop, throw, spiral kisses his gloves, TD stride. Uproar, dog pile. His helmet knock mine. New. Post-game, parents in stands, cheers synced. Interview mic. To my family, blood. Chosen. Couldn't without. Viral again but earned. Summer internship. Me at SF Chronicle. Sports beat with queer lens. Jordan camp counselor. Teaching kids blocks and bravery. Weekends, bay sails, wind whipping, hands at tiller. Fall senior year dawned pinnacle. Starter nod. Heisman whispers. Jordan all-pack, anchor. National title run. Games blur, Rose Bowl blizzard throw, his pick in semis. Final 4. Stadium electric. Championship night. Versus Bama. Lights blinding. Halftime tied. Ribs twinge echo old scar. Huddle. Jordan's grip. Finish. Fourth clock ticking, I drop, blitz feints, throw floats true. He hauls, dives end zone. Gun. Win. Field storm, trophy hoist. Parents rush, hugs mud smeared. Dad's voice crack. My boy. Mine. Our. Confetti rain, Jordan's kiss sideline cam caught. World cheers. Postseason draft buzz. Me third round, 49ers, homecoming full circle. Jordan fifth, same squad. Rings exchanged private. Simple bands, engraved us 29. Life layered. Pros grind, advocacy panels. Book deal on our story. Parents grand. Ally awards. Grandkids someday? Adopted, maybe. Betrayals? Distant lessons, growth's grit. Ending humanistic. Flawed loves mend. Championships claim hearts. American queer tale. Dramatic. Raw, romantic triumph.